Gotcha. Okay, fine. That's interesting. So, in terms of finding the role you're in now, the data scientist, leaving there, so leaving Now TV, um, you had in mind what you wanted. So, how did you go about that in terms of selecting the role that you wanted? Because obviously you had an idea, you want to be a data scientist in the next role. So, um, which can look, there's many ways to be a data scientist, right? In terms of what you do. So, how did you decipher that in terms of knowing that the role at where you are now is going to give you what you wanted? How did you know that? I mean, just because you can't always tell just from looking at the job description, right?
Yeah, I guess the kind of interview process, especially, is, I think the more I've had, the more I've realized it really is a chance. It's not just them interviewing you, it is you interviewing them, right? And kind of figuring
Definitely,
out
definitely a
what are they
two-way
doing.
street.
Exactly, yeah. Like figuring out what's their focus, what are their interests, what do they actually expect of you? Does that line up with what you want? And I think joining Matches Fashion, when I had the sort of initial interview, I think one, just the person who's going to be my manager, who I worked with, he was just just a very bright person and someone who was curious. And I think I'm naturally curious, and I need to work with, or I like to work with other people who kind of have that same kind of like, okay, we've seen this thing, why? Like, why is that? Why is this? Why is this? And I think
Yeah,
that in data especially, that's a really, useful kind of trait to have, because it will lead you to doing the more interesting things and asking those questions and building things that will answer them, and that will provide a lot of value, I think.